Today I want to talk about social awareness and what that actually means. I had several things happen in the last day or two that brought this on, and I started to think that social awareness or lack thereof is actually lack of being in the moment, not realizing, not paying attention of what is happening in the now and being distracted by something else. And what happens a lot of times is people who have this issue, they miss out on so many things in life because they're not there. They're not there mentally, they're not there emotionally, and they are making certain mistakes in the social situations that in the end doesn't allow for them to really prosper and move forward in life. So I'm going to give you several examples. So yesterday I was flying, I'm actually in Houston now for a business seminar. So yesterday as I was boarding the plane, and the woman sitting next to me in the first class, she had a lot of bags and she had a lot of jackets and all this stuff. And she had it not only on her seat, but on my seat as well. And as I was approaching, she was talking to a woman sitting behind her. They didn't know each other. It was just a random conversation about photos and travel, whatever. They just met. And so this woman has her stuff all over the place. There's a line of people who are trying to enter the plane, and she's there chatting. And I'm there standing, like I don't want to block the pathway, so I say to her, excuse me, this is my seat. And her response to that is, and she continues talking. So at this point, everyone is noticing what is going on except this woman. So everybody is making judgment about this woman, just she's completely oblivious to that. The flight attendant had to come by and tell her to remove her stuff from my seat. And then she did that. And I don't think she even realized what happened. So she's just completely not there. And then later on, well, she did other things that were not really very appropriate later in the flight, and then she was trying to talk to me in the end of the flight. And I was being polite, I was being nice to her, but in my mind, my opinion about this woman is made. Like, this is not someone that I want to communicate with because she doesn't have social awareness. She doesn't have awareness, self-awareness, right? Another example, as I'm getting my bag, and some people, they lean over the carousel all over so that other people cannot see their bags coming. And there's always maybe one in 10 people who do that. They lean over and they block everybody else from seeing the bags. Again, completely not noticing, not knowing what they're doing. Again, lack of social awareness. Today, as I am at this business seminar and we're at lunch, and I am literally eating my food and I have my phone and I'm trying to respond to everybody, and I am actually communicating with my office and recording things on my phone using dictation, and the woman sitting next to me keeps trying to have a conversation and asking questions and telling me things. I mean, I'm sitting right next to her, talking into my phone, trying to work. She has absolutely no idea about that, right? Then a little bit later, there was a time for her to do that. There's a better timing, but at that point I was kind of frustrated because she was not reading the signs and the clues. But this is how we make any type of connections with people. This is how this works in business, right? A lot of you know that I have a brick and mortar business as well as the coaching business. So in my brick and mortar business, I have to deal with a lot of moving pieces. There's employees, there are clients, there are suppliers, there are a lot of different things, payroll, a lot of different things that I have to deal with, but it's all people-based relationships. Right? The success of the business depends on, okay, are you aware of what your current relationship is with your supplier? Are you aware what is the current relationship? What is the situation with your team, with your employees? I had this situation happen, and I hear it a lot from my business clients, where my coaching business clients, where they say, well, my people keep leaving. Well, people keep leaving for two reasons. They don't feel appreciated, and there's conflict, and there's toxic environment. Now, both of these things is the fault of the business owner, because it is my job as a business owner to make sure that the environment, that the energy is healthy and is productive for the team. I've had that happen where one of my employees, she was very toxic to others, and if I haven't caught it in time, my other people were actually going to leave. And it is very expensive, and it's a huge investment to find and train people and have relationships with them, and you care about people. So when something like that happens, if as a business owner you don't catch it in time, you are going to lose a lot of valuable people. And when I say being present in the moment, I mean being present with people, because most of people, they're either in the past thinking about what happened a year ago, a week ago, or 2 days ago, and ruminating over that, or in the future thinking about, okay, what's going to happen in 2 days, in a month, and worrying about something that hasn't even happened yet, or they're in their head judging themselves, or just ruminating over something that, for example, what someone else is thinking about them, right? So they're actually not present in the situation that is currently happening. And as a result, they are missing these clues. They're missing what is happening in the moment. I always say that God is always whispering. The problem is that people are not listening. So God is always talking. The problem is that we're not listening. So all the serendipities and all these coincidences that people talk about, well, they're always there, but the problem is if you're not there to notice them, you're gonna miss them. And examples, there are just numerous examples with every area of life. But even I was talking to a private client recently, and she's a relationship client. So she was telling me that she is going to the gym, and there are it's in a very nice part of town, and there are a lot of men there, but every time she goes there, she has her headphones in, and she goes there like she's on a mission, and she doesn't even look around, and she doesn't feel very comfortable talking to people there. And that is a problem, because when you are, especially if you're in the right environment, you're in the right neighborhood, you are in the right place. I have so many clients who actually met people in their gyms. Like, I don't know what it is about gyms, but when you are open to, when you're not closed off by having your earpods in and just being in your zone, there are a lot of interesting people in the gym sometimes. So I told this client that, you need to take your headphones in, and you need to become comfortable with this environment, with the environment of a really upscale, nice gym. Become really comfortable with the environment, even her neighborhood. Like, she lives in a really, really nice neighborhood. She lives in Paris, and she is not very comfortable in that environment, going out to places. She just basically goes home and goes to work. And she's a beautiful young woman. And the problem is that when if she's fortunate enough to live in such an upscale neighborhood, she should be absorbing that energy. She should be absorbing the energy of that neighborhood, right? That affluence that you can just sense from there. Like, there are all these shops there, like Louis Vuitton and Dior and everything, like right on her street. She never went there. And there are restaurants and bars. She never went there. So I was telling her that, you need to start going, even if you were a little bit uncomfortable at first, but this is where you live, right? This is your neighborhood. Just by being part of that environment. So proximity is power. When you are close to things that you want, then automatically you get part of that energy, right? So coming back to the gym, or going to a restaurant and just ordering something simple, you don't have to order like a 5-course meal, but just being there, being present, not having your headphones in, And this is how a lot of times people meet their, you know, their soulmates. And the problem is usually not the place. So what I'm noticing is that the problem is not the place. The problem is the person. Because I had this happen to myself, and I gave you guys those examples in some of my videos. But what happens with women a lot of times is they go to the same gym, let's say, and they are with their headphones. They are just there to work out. They don't care about anything else. They're missing any micro expressions, any glances, they have music in their ears, so they don't even hear if somebody says hi to them. Like, it's basically like, yes, you're in the gym with people, but you might as well be home. You might as well literally work out at home, because you're not engaging with anyone around you. And not to say that you have to, right? Like, some people are not looking to meet anyone, like, so they can go to the gym and do whatever they need to do. But if someone, a man or a woman, are looking to actually meet someone, then they have to open themselves to the possibility of doing that. And if you have music blaring in your ears, you cannot hear anyone just saying hi, you know, like quietly, or, you know, like looking at you, like, because you're in your own world. So some of the women, what happens is they go to the same gym, and when they have their headphones in, they're doing their own thing, they're completely closed off, and then we start working together. She goes to the same gym. Nothing changes in the environment, but the outcome changes. So this is why it's so huge, being in the moment and being present. And that works in every single area of life. So it doesn't even have to be in relationships necessarily, meeting someone, but it works in your career, it works in your job, it works in your business, absolutely everywhere. Being present, being in the now. So this is what I wanted to share today. And some of you guys asked me to post some of my outfits on Instagram. So I'm going to post a little quick video of my outfit that I have on. So you can follow me at Sienna.Skills, and I will see you all next time. Bye.